Narayana Swayam Yasena Kratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadyayim Amba Tvamanusandatami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim Namostute Vyasa Vishala Putte Pullara Vindayata Patranetra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajwalito Jnanamaya Pratipaha Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vaikraikapanaye Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Gitamrita Duhe Namaha Sarvopanishado Gavaha Dauda Gopalanandanaha Pato Vatsa Sutir Lokta Dugdam Gitam Ritam Mahate Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramadanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishma Dronataka Jayatratachala Gandhara Nilotpala Shalya Grahavati Kripena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashvatthama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhana Vardini Sotirna Kalupanda Vairana Nadi Kaivartaka Keshavaha Parasharya Vachasarojamamalam Gita Gandotkatam Nanakyanana Kesaram Harikatha Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Satjana Shatpadairaharaha Epiyamanam Muda Bhuriyad Bharata Pankajam Kalimalam Pratvam Sinashreyase Muktam Karoti Vachalam Angum Langayase Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Paramanandamadhavam Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyai Savaihi Vedai Sangapada Kramopanishadaihi Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam Na Vidusura Devaya Tasmai Namaha Tasmai Namaha.
Stunvanti divyaihi stavaihi. First divyaihi gets an additional sakara. Divyais stavaihi. You have to articulate that visarga. Yeah. So then Stunvanti divyais stavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanisadaihi Gayantiyam Sama Ha. Yeah, you can't just trail off Samaga. No? Samagaha. Aha. You have to say. But then there is another problem. So the newly minted Gita chanter then starts to put ha everywhere. Dhyana vasthita tadgatena manasaha. No. Pashyantiyam yogi naha Yasyantanna vidusura sura. See, suraha, suraganaha. So that first suraha, there is a sakara, it converted. Because it's still followed by something. Sura, suraganaha, devaya tasmai namaha. Ha, it's a mahaprana. Yes. You should feel tired after enunciating visarga. Otherwise you are not doing it properly. Yeah, you should want to immediately, take a sip of water. That's mahaprana. The ha comes from the stomach. Yeah. So that is how it is. And so let us chant from the 16th one.
Okay, 16.
Yeah. Not first chapter, second chapter. Yes. Nasato vidyate bhavaha Nabhavo vidyate sataha Ubhayorapi drishtontaha Tvadarshibihi Avinashitu tadvidhi Yena sarvamidam tatam vinashamavyyasyasya na kaschit kartum arhati. Very nice. It's sounding wonderful. Just a few things I just noticed. This is just a, what's that? Yeah, that's the word. It's a little tweaking. It's sounding very nice. Wonderful job. Avinashi tu tat vidhi. Vidhi. Please no. Not even please no. No. Imperative. Vid. Madhyama purusha. Lot. Yeah. Imperative. You. No. No what? Tat. No this tat. What is this tat? This tat is the sat in the previous mantra, previous verse. Tat is sat. That tat, which we had many arguments about what it was, which we are not going to go over all again. That's why we have changed the name and we are going to only refer it by the pronoun tat. Avinashi tu tat. Tat sat avinashi iti vidhi. No, avinashi. Actually, the pratipadika means the stem is called avinashin. Meaning, what is avinashin? One who is, one who is in avinasha all the time. Cannot be destroyed. From nash, fourth conjugation. Yeah, nash and nashaha, ganj, vinashaha, total destruction, and then a negation, nanj, plus Ganj, Avinashah, plus V, Avinashah. And this is how we know how to negate. The negative particle should come after all the other upasargas, in front of all of them. After means after everything. Like Vinashah. And if you want to make Avinashah, if you want to negate that, you can not say Anashah. That is not correct. You take the whole word along with all the other qualifiers in the form of the prefixes, and then you put the negative prefix has to come in front of all other prefixes, whatever there are. That is the rule. You cannot say a, and then you cannot say vi anashah, and because then it is not negating the whole thing. Avinashi. Vinashtum Sheelam. That word Sheela. Sheela here means capacity. Vinashtum Sheelam Asya Asti iti Vinashi. Vinashin. Na Vinashtum Sheelam Asya Asti iti Avinashi. That which does not have the capacity of being destroyed. Avinashi. Tu tat vidhi. Please know this to be Avinashi. That to be Avinashi. That Sat which was recently described as, which is now described as Tat, that Sat, know it to be Avinashi. So what? What is it going to do for me? The neighbor is rich, okay? The neighbor has bank accounts in the Cayman Island. I came to know. I found out, How did you find out? Because their mail came to my house. That's how I knew. And then, so what? So what? Neighbor is full of riches. What does that do for me? Nothing. Except make me go buy some Pepto-Bismol. Why? Because I'm having heartburn. Because the neighbor is full of riches. I'm full of itches. That's all. Without the ra. That's all it is. Because neighbor is rich, as though that fellow is going to give me money because he is rich. He is rich, he is going to take care of himself and maybe a few other loved ones if they are lucky. But what is it going to do for me? So likewise, this Sat, which is now going to be called Tat, Tat is that Sat alone, this Brahman, is Avinashi. Theek hai. So what? What is that going to do for me? What is that going to do for you? Some Sat that is indestructible. Somebody is described as indestructible. This Sat is described as not subject to destruction. So what? Big deal. What is that going to do for me? That is why the second pada is there. What is the second pada? Yena sarvam idam tatam. Tatam, the word you know this very well. Because you have encountered the root verb tan, eighth conjugation. Vijnanam yajnam tanute karmani tanute picha tan. To accomplish, rare meaning, but mostly to diffuse, to spread, to pervade, to occupy. Yeah. Occupy Eugene in Sanskrit would be Tanvanti Eugenaha. Tanvanti Wall Street aha. Yeah. So occupy. And it is both, it goes both ways. Tanoti or tanute. In other words, Parasmai and Atmane pada, both. So tan, if you make it into past passive participle, what happens? It loses the anuswara. It loses the na. Yes. When jhal and kit follow, when anything, any pratyaya here for us with kakara follows, kta, that ka, what is that ka? Ka does a lot of things. Ka prohibits guna and ka cuts off the nose or the nasal. In this case, cuts off the nasal. Tanoti, 437, I think. Yeah. So certain other words also, then along with tan, go away, and then what happens? You don't say, tantaha, you say tataha. Much cleaner, much nicer, tataha. So that is how, and then I think it is optional in lyap. You can go both ways. You can use the na and you need not use the na. Lyapi va. So anyway, va means optional. So anyhow, so this is, this is how it is. Tatam, tan, to spread. And this sat, which is now tat in both words. It is tatam and it is tat also. This sat is better than the best spread in town. Yeah. It spreads very nicely without spreading itself too thin, because it spreads without undergoing any change. And it envelops all there is, including what? The eye. Yes, in fact the eye is nothing but this sat. That's why it is of concern to me. Whereas the neighbor's bank account is not going to make me have, any hopes, dreams or desires. This one has hope, because yena sarvam idam. You cannot say sarvam idam and not include this body, mind, sense complex. Is sarvam idam, does it include the body, mind, sense complex? Yes or no? Yes, it has to. How can it not? It has to include the body, mind, sense complex. And this, so therefore, whatever that pervades this whole thing, this whole sarvam is known plus unknown is equal to sarvam. All that I know, all that I don't know is equal to all. That is all. So if it is all pervading, now we have a new word, all pervasive. And this sat, which is here called tat, is tatam, all pervading. Everything. So, asya avyayasya, for this avyaya, meaning that which is never subject to decline, vyeti, vyayaha, that which is never subject to decline. What is that? Sat. Yena sarvam idam tatam vinashas, avyayasya. Yeah, vinasham avyayasya asya kaschit na kartum arhati. Nobody is capable of destroying this sat. This is a tall claim to make. We were in fact discussing that in the last class 2 days ago. How can you say nobody can destroy this sat? That is why we have to go very deeply and look at the sources of destruction. And we covered the 5 elements that are generally the sources of destruction. That's why if you put a book in water for a few days, what will happen? Yeah. And then and then you say, okay, now I'll dry it out. And then you take it and, put it in the microwave. Then there is another kind of damage. Water damage, fire damage, air damage. The 5 elements are really the sources of destruction. But here, the 5 elements are included in the sarvam or not? Yes. So therefore, it pervades the 5 elements. So the 5 elements are sat or asat?
Sat.
Relatively speaking. Asat. Eventually you get the right answer. And when there are only 2 choices, you get it faster. Sat and asat. Asat here means mithya, not non-existent. So 5 elements are mithya or sat? Mithya. Yeah. Of course everything is ultimately sat. So this is the problem with being extreme Vedantins. They have only sat darshanam. Usually we talk about Shat Darshanam, 6 systems of philosophy. Now here there's only Sat Darshanam, Sat Darshanam. So anyway, so 5 elements are mithya or not? Say yes.
Yes.
Yes. And I have to learn how to reword things. I'm getting an education. So, so 5 elements are mithya or not? Yes, they are mithya. So if they are mithya, then what does that mean? That they are as good as non-existent, because they are dependent upon Sat. So the 5 elements, mithya cannot destroy Sat. We already saw that in the long list of objections. Correct? Yeah. Even though the Asat Buddhi and the Asat Ghata may get destroyed, Sat Buddhi continues. Correct? Yeah. Why? Because Sat continues. So this being the case, Asat cannot destroy Sat. Yeah, but why not? Why not Asat destroys Sat? Because, because if Asat has the capacity to destroy Sat, then it would be like this fellow saying, the pot saying, I'm tired of clay. All the time, wherever I go, this stupid clay follows. Clay, 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 all the way. I'm sick of this clay. I'm going to destroy this clay. Can it do that? No. In so doing, it will destroy itself, but the clay will continue. So Asat has no power to destroy Sat because it depends on Sat for its very being. Okay, then what about Sat destroys Sat? Alright, bright brain wave, light bulb going off in the head. Asat cannot destroy Sat. How about Sat destroys Sat? Just like the fellow that was, rescued somewhere in Siberia. He was trapped in the car, in a jungle, in the snow, after 6 or 7 days. How did you survive? He cut off the left hand with the right hand and had pieces of it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and for a few days, and that's how he subsisted. Trapped in this jungle, in the snow. And this is not a Eugene snow. Once in 12 years you get a little bit. No. This is Siberia, where there is only snow, And so then that is how he self-amputated his arm and ate pieces of it. So why not one part of Sat, eat up the other part of Sat? Why? Why not?
Why?
No parts. There is no part. If Sat had a left hand and a right hand, then we could talk. Yeah, what is the right hand of Sat? Nasti. What is the left hand of Sat? Nasti. Maybe it has legs. No legs. No leg to stand on. Sat is sleeping all the time? Yeah. Alright. If that's what you want to think, think. Sat is without parts. This is the thing. Even without parts, it can drag itself. It has no parts. And jump into the ocean. Glub, glub, glub. Hello, ocean is Asat. We already said Asat cannot be a factor of destroying Sat. It can jump into the well, same difference. Sat cannot, but somehow it can stop breathing. Yes, yes. Here we go. Out of its own volition. Yeah. Swena, by itself, out of its own volition, Sat declares, like that Swami who said, I'm going to stop eating and my work in the world is over. Correct? So like that, there is a declaration. Sat writes a suicide note. Saticide. And what does Sat say? I'm sick of this Jagat and I cannot bring myself to believe that out of me this Jagat has come. I tried to be a good parent, but this Jagat has really, gone beyond boundaries of what is acceptable. Everything is happening, everybody is deluded. What for? And even though I'm there, I'm not seeing. I'm not recognized. I'm there in each and every person, but nobody loves me, nobody recognizes me. This is Sat talking. So therefore I'm ending it all. And by my own svecha, svechaya, through my own sva-ichha, my own free will, I am consciousness. That's what you have named me. I am going to become unconsciousness. I am going to become inert. So long I was earth, opposite of inert. And now I'm going to become inert, and then I'm going to stop becoming conscious because I'm all powerful and I'm all pervasive. So why not? I just withdraw and then, stop. Sat doesn't breathe. So how to say? Stop being consciousness. This is saticide. Sat, suicide. Why not? Why not say that Sat can do this? Sat can say. Sat is all whatever. Because how many actions does Sat perform?
Nothing.
That's why it is incapable of suicide. Suicide is an action. It's the last action. Yes, it is the last action, but that doesn't detract from the fact that it is an action. It is an action based on hopelessness, despair, but where the free will joins that hopelessness, and out of that feeling of despair, one puts an end to the body. Correct? And then Sat cannot do that. Why? Because it has, first of all, it has neither despair nor hopelessness. And secondly, that's not the persuasive answer to this question. There cannot be Sat suicide because suicide is an action. Sat does not perform any action. It just simply is, it shines. Shining is an action. Caught you? No. When you say the sun shines, it's not an action. It is its very being. Yeah, not today, but it is its very being. Yeah. So the shining Atma cannot say, I'm going to crawl and hide. Because what is the cover it will use? Asat. Can Asat cover Sat? No. Just like in the Hastamalakiyam, it is pointed out that the sun cannot be covered by the clouds. In fact, the sun uncovers the clouds and makes them visible to you. Who is that you that is being addressed here? Ati moodhaha. Ghanachanna drishtim. Ghanachanna markam. Manyate ati moodhaha. Ghanachanna drishtihi. Ghanachanna markam. So where is the Ghanachanna means the pervaded by a thick cover. What? Not the sun. The Atimudha, the extreme deluded one, extremely deluded one, Atimudha, whose vision, whose clarity is covered by, what? An ignorance, a thick coat of ignorance, points to the sky and says, the sun is covered by the clouds. What is really covering the sun? Not the clouds. Your drishti, your vision is covered by delusion. It is because of the sun you can see even the clouds. This is what Sat is. Sat is incapable of destruction. So therefore, what was that? What is the verse that we are Avinashi tu tad vidhi yena sarvam idam tatam. That is the connection. If it is Avinashi and it is unconnected to me, not a big deal. But it is not just connected to me, it is me. Vinasham avyayasya asya na kaschit kartum arhati. Nobody can destroy it. And Adi Shankara is going to say in the Bhashya, even Bhagavan cannot destroy Sat. Oh, I thought Bhagavan was all powerful. Should we change our minds about Bhagavan? Bhagavan is all powerful. So Bhagavan can destroy anything. Why can't Bhagavan destroy Sat? Bhagavan is Sat. Sat is Brahman. Brahman is Atma. Atma is Ishvara. Ishvara is Bhagavan. Ishvara cannot destroy Ishvara. Ishvara can give you karma phala. That's about it. But Sat is not karma phala. Sat is what? Jnana phala, so to speak. It's not a product, it is you. Why would Ishvara want to destroy Ishvara? Why? There is neither despair, there is no nairgrinya. Nairgrinya dosha means hatred. There is no hatred. He is going to point these fallacies out later. I think in the second chapter only it will come. Nairgrinya dosha, where Ishvara is accused of partiality. So Ishvara has no nairgrinya. Nairgrinya dosha is not there. Ishvara doesn't get fed up with himself and says, let's call it an end. No, there is no beginning. So how to call it an end? Na kaschit kartum arhati. Arhati here doesn't mean deserves. Here arhat, arhaha is not capable of. It is to be understood as capable of, not deserving of. It has many senses. It's not that nobody deserves to harm Sat. It cannot be harmed, period. Nobody is capable of destroying Sat. Bhashya. Very easy, very nice. Now that we got over verse 16, now you don't have to be scared of Bhashya. Avinashi na vinashtum sheelam asya asti iti. Same thing, I have already said. Sheelam means capacity. And therefore, tu shabdah, avinashi, after avinashi what word is coming? Tu. Why is the tu there? Tu, he says, is there asataha visheshanarthaha, to distinguish it from asat. Tu, whereas. Whereas what? Whereas asat gets destroyed left, right and center, Sat is incapable of destruction. No Sat to be incapable of destruction. Tad vidhi.